Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chaz and Friends Debate Show. If you're here early, that's on purpose. We're live. We said 3:30, but hey, 3:55 p.m. because it's Super Bowl Sunday. Hey, and we respect one of the biggest nights in sports. But we're not skipping the conversation because today's show isn't about hot takes. It's about legacy. Tonight we're asking two real questions that matter to the history of pro wrestling. Did WWE, whether by design or by accident, create one of the most important long-term stories of the modern era? And then on the other side of that coin, did the same system tarnish the legacy of Ricochet, one of the most gifted in-ring performers of his generation? This isn't a nostalgia show. This isn't a fantasy booking show. This is about how stories are built and who pays the price when they are. All right, this is Chaz and Friends, locked in and loaded. Holla at your boy!
The following program is a collection of idiots talking about happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, platform, or whatever network they are on. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies. The 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please do not sue us.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don. Chaz Evans here, checking out the hottest podcast in the world, the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man. Now know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how.
Yo, it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew. It's the Grappital region's best kept secret and the Dawn of the Mid-Atlantic and the heir to the Fight Club Kingdom. I am Chaz Evans, and this is Chaz and Friends Debate Show presented by the 3 Count Podcast. But it's not about me, it's about my friends. So let me introduce to you my friends. Introducing first, he is the landlord of the Dog Pound. He is the man that runs this show. I really don't do anything but talk a lot of trash. He is also your current reigning and defending SWA Crown Champion. He is the Red Dog.
Yeah, it's the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog.
And introducing next, ladies and gentlemen, he's the only Grays that matters, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have his red hat on today, so he's not your residential Fred Durst, but he is our residential Twitch Grays.
Who the fuck cares?
And last but certainly not the least, ladies and gentlemen, Lou. All the way from down there. Lou, the man. Lou, the myth. And Lou, the legend. But you can just refer to him as Lou, the franchise.
First off, we're not fucking friends. Second off, I got my BBC for the day.
Hey, yo. What? Pause.
I got my BBC, my big black canteen.
Nah, it's way too early for this. Hey, yo. I can't. What? You've been playing this all day, bro. I know you have.
It is Black History Month.
It is Black History Month. This is true. This is very true. Yo.
That really just happened.
Here. Welcome to our show. So, mind you, let's get through some of our announcements. If you guys aren't doing it yet, please join us on all of our social media platforms. Like and subscribe to it. 3 Count Pod on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're on X, it is 3 Count Pod _ because we can't seem to get the other person to let go of 3 Count Pod. Go check out all of our shows. Now Entering, Now Entering 201, Returning to the Ring. You guys can check out the Village Lounge like we did when we went live. You can check out the watch alongs. We have all that stuff going on. There is no new episode for Now Entering because I was lazy and I just forgot to load it. That's my fault. um, but more importantly, we are breaking out with season 7. The premiere is going to be dropping. We're going to get some big guests on there, so you guys will have a lot of fun. Get to check out all that cool stuff. So you guys make sure to check us out. Buy our merch on foryourwear.com or on prowrestlingtee.com if you want to get all of our old logos and stuff like that. But all the new stuff that you want to get is on foryourwear.com. Go check it out there. And last but not least, I don't know, did Chaz, I forget anything?
No, that's everything. Merch, social, and now entering the ring. No, that's the typical announcements. So yeah. Make sure you buy some Red Dog merch. Okay, on For Your Wear as well. I don't think we don't say that enough. Buy some Red Dog merch. Buy some Pure Ignorance merch. On For Your Wear as well. On top of buying some 3 count merch. So definitely support all avenues and everywhere that the 3 count branches out to. Definitely support that. All right, cool. So it's Super Bowl Sunday. We're here early. But before we get into any wrestling, here are our official picks for the Super Bowl. Go ahead, Lou. Who you got?
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Pats.
All right, cool. Twitch, who you got?
Patriots.
Ah! Okay. I'm going with the Seahawks. I have too much childhood trauma with the Patriots and Tom Brady as a kid who grew up with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed Baltimore Ravens. So no, I'm going I'm going for the Seahawks. All right, Cliff, what do you got?
I'm going with the Patriots.
Ah!
My boy.
There's only one reason he's going for the Patriots.
Yeah.
What's that reason, Lou? What's that reason?
Because you're Becca's bitch.
Oh.
First of all, never again say it like that, okay? It's happy house, happy spouse, all right? And if I get the Patriots to win and my wife is happy, this house is happy, all right? So shut the fuck up and know your role. If the Packers were in the Super Bowl, you'd be like, I'm all green and yellow, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear that.
Fuck no, I still be like, we beat you guys in the '97 Super Bowl, bitch.
Yeah, but you would still be like, low key, if the Packers win, I win too. Like,
It's not like I'm getting laid. My wife don't fucking do that.
Little Lou 3, that's what we're looking for.
Hey, yo.
That bitch is fucking fixed, thank God.
Oh my god.
What is
Hi,
that?
Chaz.
So, hey, Twitch, anyway.
You know how it was the data for I need snipped? No, it's the data for she got snipped.
She got clipped.
Hi, Chaz.
Hey, Twitch, how are you, pal?
Oh,
Lou's
not high
like,
enough for this
I
conversation.
was going to say, are you good? A lot happened. I know this is earlier than our normal shenanigans time. I know we block out, a certain time for foolishness, and it's a little early. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. All right. Shout out to all of you who are watching us live right now, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, or X. Definitely, we appreciate you checking us live. Make sure you follow our podcast listeners who are checking us out on our podcast version on Tuesday. Thank you for listening to us, but you should hop in on the live show on Sunday. So you could definitely comment and watch the foolishness happen live. All right, let's get right into it. I don't want to hold up anybody's time. I know the big game is happening and everyone got parties to go to. So thank you for checking us out right now. But let's get into this temp check right now. So temp check, that is where me and my friends, we give you our hottest and our coldest wrestlers going into this week. And for a bonus, we give you a match of the week. Twitch, start us off this week. Temp check.
Oh, why? Coldest, Kit Wilson. I'm just not feeling it.
Kit.
I'm sorry, poor Kit, but I'm not feeling it. Shout out to you for getting destroyed by Obafemi though. Hottest of the week, Brody King. I just love the way you ran through fucking MJF. It was beautiful. Well done. Match of the week, MJF Brody King. I loved it.
Yeah. That's yeah. So I'll go next. Yeah, that's my match of the week. I still think the MJF shtick is old and same old. But the match, I enjoyed it. Um, I also enjoyed a chant going on in there as well. But yeah, that's my match of the week. My coldest wrestler of the week is I'm going with Solo. Um, so I'm over it. I think you get into a lose-lose situation when you start to get into in a program with like a group like the Wyatt Six, and I think the MFTs are definitely going. Hopefully not, and then booking proved me wrong, but hopefully like it doesn't. They fall into that trap of hey, we can't have these you know mystical characters take L's. If you feel me, if you see what I'm saying. So I'm going with Solo. I just give him back the lamp. Okay. I think Uncle Howdy, Bro Dallas, whoever he is today, will show a little mercy, not a lot, but some if you just give it back. So just give him back Bray's lamp and just move on. And maybe you can have that bad juju off you. Maybe you'll win matches. Um, my hottest wrestler of the week. Let me tell you something. And he's my tribal chief. He's your tribal chief. Okay, Cliff said it last week, but I'm here to say it for myself. All right, the man that sits at the head of the table has returned. My tribal chief is my hottest wrestler of the week. Okay, because my tribal chief spit nothing but fire to the 3 Count Podcast favorite fill in wrestling, CM Punk. All right, we love CM Punk just like Skip Bayless loves Tom Brady. Like, we love CM Punk here. We do. But my tribal chief came out there in the last, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of Raw and spit nothing but fire and facts and truths. Okay, Z-Bros, so some shit like that, man. No, fuck the Z-Bros. My tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is my hottest wrestler of the week. Go ahead, Cliff.
So I'll start. My coldest wrestler of the week actually is gonna be funny because it's gonna be MJF. I'm not saying about the shtick or anything like that. I just, my man got washed. We got washed pretty rough. My hottest wrestler of the week, though, you guys have picked some pretty good ones. I like the Brody King call out. I think that's a great pick. I think Roman is also a pick, but I don't know if there's anybody that's having a better week than Oba Femi. I mean, my man destroyed the War Raiders and just obliterated Kit Wilson. So I was like, I kind of have to go with Oba on this one. Um, my match of the week, though, however, is going to come from Collision. I don't know if you guys saw there was an 8-man parking lot brawl that went down. And I got to give it to Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, the Rascals versus Grizzled Young Veterans and Big Bill and Brian Keith, man, because I thought that was fun, and I like the promo at the end with Eddie and Ortiz and the Rascals. That was a lot of fun too. So yeah, I'm gonna give that one my match of the week.
All right, Lou.
Coldest wrestler of the week for me would be Solo Sikoa. Hottest, just like Cliff's, Oba Femi. The way he destroyed the War Raiders. My match of the week is that Philadelphia street fight for me. I enjoyed it.
That's right. I like how we definitely all across the board on different shows.
Yeah,
Week I like it. There was a lot of good wrestling as far as on TV is concerned this week. That I think if you have any of the million of stream platforms that have wrestling on there, definitely go back, find a way. Well, go watch Dynamite. Like I think all the shows, there wasn't really a bad show. I mean, SmackDown it will always be a schizophrenic show, and I just think that's just what it is, and I think that's just what SmackDown's going to be. And it's just but it wasn't a bad show, per se. It's just that's just how SmackDown is. But yeah, I definitely go back and watch some of the wrestling that was on this week. All right, let's get on to it. Let's go to our first debate topic. All right.
Yeah, we probably should put that up there too. My bad. I didn't put the warning up there enough because
Well, that's okay. They should have heard it in the beginning because you should have been here
Yeah.
right when we got live.
All right,
But
here we go.
all right, let's start here. All right, because this is really bigger than one match, one feud, or one decision. For years, right? Fans have talked about how real life tension, the backstage politics, and creative decisions bleed into what we see on TV. So what started is like kind of whispers and side conversations and podcasts eventually became something fans have tracked for years. So the question isn't whether WWE planned this from day one. The real question is, did WWE accidentally create one of the most important long-term stories of the modern era, where perception, power, and the machine became part of the narrative? Or did fans give meaning to something WWE was simply reacting to in the moment? Because if this story worked, it might be the best example of unintentional long-term booking we have ever seen in WWE. So, let's talk about it. Did they create accidentally one of the most longest story, one of the most what? I mean, geez, if you really want to say it, probably one of the most important stories in wrestling as far as the WWE is concerned. So, context being CM Punk and Roman Reigns. They talked about in their promo real life stuff. Not only the Zebro stuff because they're in a movie with Zootopia, but he talked about how CM Punk went on Cole Cabana's podcast, that infamous podcast where he kind of ripped Roman and the WWE to shreds. He flat out told them, "Hey, make Roman look strong in this match." So, which kind of at the time people were already saying that, oh, they're trying to force feed us Roman. And then right after that, Roman wins the Rumble in Philly. We know what happens. They boo him out the arena. And the rest is history. So, it's did they create something unintentionally? What do you think? We'll start this one off with Cliff. What you got?
I think unintentionally it was not. I mean, you couldn't see long term wise what was going to happen with Punk leaving and then just pretty much trying to bury the company and then getting sued and then that whole thing going on. I think it's funny how Roman mentioned that his life it was harder than it was meant to be. It was like, yeah, I feel where you're coming from as far as like, the trios versus Punk match was like we got to make Roman look strong. My problem with it was that it was always going to be an uphill battle with Roman. We had acknowledged that a long time ago before Punk like ever had came back. That was going to be hard. And I mean, some of the stuff that they gave him to work with wasn't any better. I mean, he was still rocking the Shield stuff. He never really had like his own footing. Like he didn't talk much on the microphone. They did the blue contacts thing with him. Like that was weird. I think WWE just didn't know what to do. I think this is a situation of like unintentional consequences because when Punk came back, the three big matches that you can think of were Mox versus Mox versus Punk in AEW. And then when you came over, and obviously he had the MJF, the dog collar match, but that's not, we'll talk about that. And then when he came back, the first match he ended up having against was Seth and then Roman. So clearly it was like a shield thing that he was trying to work with those guys. I think they're just unintentional consequences or unintentional long term story building. I don't think that they had this all planned out, that this is exactly how it's all going to work out. So I just think it's just a beautiful kind of mess that fell in their lap, and they're like, we should be able to utilize this, and this would be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off Cliff with this one too. Sorry, Twitch and Chaz, but I'm with him 100%. I think in I think 2 years ago in November when CM Punk came back, I think right as that whole thing was unfolding, when it fell into Triple H's lap, I think that's when that long term storytelling was started to work. But if CM Punk didn't have those feuds backstage with Jack Perry and everybody in AEW, he might not have been back so soon. And so, yeah, I think it just fell to their lap.
I gotta agree with both of them to say that this is is WWE creating long term storytelling. Unless you have a time machine, there's no way you could have predicted this. Like it's what you said, Lou, is correct. If he didn't have those fights backstage, he might have not left AEW. Like he could still be there. So to give them the credit of saying they created this long term storytelling is I feel like a little bit of a reach. It's a happy mess that fell into their lap, and now they're how can we benefit ourselves off of this?
Yeah, so I think we're all in agreement. Like they didn't plan. This was never in the initial plan. Like I kind of like my answer is yes, but it wasn't. They didn't create it because of their planning. They created one of the most important stories because they kept reacting instead of resetting. They weren't trying to start over or anything. They kind of knew that the majority of their audience knows the story. Everyone knows that CM Punk left. May I know exactly what the reason is, but we know he left because hey, him he they didn't see eye to eye. He's made that very clear throughout with the time that he was gone. Any chance that he got, or if they asked him a question of WWE, it was not positive. Even when he was back with the backstage show, he was still critical of that company. So I do think that they get some type of credit. They don't get credit for the genius planning. Like you don't get credit for putting the pieces on the board. But I do acknowledge that they created something probably at this point really bigger than any single angle, like literally within the past 10 years. And like they, and whether they really liked it or not, that CM Punk podcast thing, that whole situation reshaped how wrestling fans watch wrestling. I that I really do, and like you're right, Cliff. We were already talking about the Roman thing even before Punk got on a podcast. It was just the facts were there. It was proven. It was a proven fact, and it was there from someone who was actually there. Firsthand account. So I think it was not necessarily like it was more not necessarily like I was like, oh, we are just now figuring out this because Punk said it. It was like, no, we are we were proven right, and then that's when you saw the patterns and you start seeing patterns, and people became more and more aware how Vince was booking things and how they were trying to position Roman because even before Vince was out of there, we were predicting how Seth and Roman were doing this, how Brock's going to come back, win the belt, and like we were already planning all that and figuring it out. And guess what? Being completely right. So it's just, yeah, it's this story is really important, and I'm really excited to see how they take it. Because if we're already here on day one, we're already like they're already shooting at the hip on day one. Like I wouldn't even say day one. We're at point 0.5. This is ground zero. Like
Yeah.
we haven't even gotten to day one. This is where we're at already. Where are we going to go next? How far? Like what's going to look like in the middle of March? Where are they going to take this? So yeah, I'm all for it.
What's it going to look like the Raw before Mania?
You're right. Yes, the Raw. What about the Raw after Mania? Who wins? That's the real joint. Is like then at that
We
point,
win.
what you
We
know
do.
what? You're right. There you go.
But I think like the situation that we're like running into right now is that WrestleMania isn't for like 2 months away. You know what I mean? And we're talking about we have eight to 10 weeks of content that we have got to fill, right? So we just have this like great two promo to start off this program, right? Where does it go from here? You know what I mean? Like we know like the obvious one, which is gonna sound funny to say, the obvious one that's gonna have to end with is the week of WrestleMania. There's gotta be a brawl. Like there's gotta be hands delivered. We gotta see like fist fights and like, people trying to break up like this moment, right? That's about to happen. But like what happens? Like how do we get to that point of those 10 weeks without Like we got to build that tension up, over the next 8 to 10 weeks before we get to WrestleMania. You know what I mean? And we've already started off with high. We started with mad fire right off the rip. Like, like how much more can we? How much more are we gonna get out of it? How much more words are gonna happen? Like, it's gonna be 1 week where CM Punk is cutting a promo and Roman's not there. The next week Roman shows up, Punk's not there. Like, we know that that's not gonna happen because Punk will be at every single Monday Night Raw. So where are we going from here? Where does it go?
Right.
That's fair.
In fact, I agree. I definitely agree with you on that one. What do comments look like?
So we got what's up? Tax Axe Solo. Steroid guy. We talking about Ryback? Hi Ryback. Because that's what we're talking about. Iconic idiotic daughter and doofus son-in-law, which is crazy because CM Punk is like all best friends with those two now. And they better not have RK a wall when
You know, it's funny. I was looking at that and I was like, "Who's Crawl?" And I'm like, and then when you said it, RKA, I went, "Oh, he's talking about Orton." I was like, "What?"
Randy Keith.
Because I
It's
was, I was like,
it's
"What?"
funny because like Mr. Golden, you brought that up last year about Randy Orton, and it got very quiet when I mentioned, and there was another pro wrestler who went AWOL, and no one said anything about him. He, totally dodged a draft with some fake bone spurs. So we'll just leave it at that.
We're still going to continue to leave it at that.
Got very quiet when that happened. But I get it though. But Randy's gonna, his comment though is about Randy Orton winning on SmackDown and getting into Elimination Chamber. And I don't know if I see Randy winning Elimination Chamber. Like, I just think that he's gonna be the guy that like obviously sets it off in the chamber. But I don't know who to expect to be in the chamber. Like,
To be honest, me neither.
Yeah,
and I'm here for
especially
it.
with that with it being Cody, Jacob, um and who was the other? There's another no, there's somebody else in a triple threat on SmackDown. I can't remember the other name, but the three of them are going to be in a triple threat. And I was like, oh, you put uh Jacob and Cody in the same triple threat match. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you have Cody win, or you probably have Cody lose. Probably Jacob wins. Jacob's in the chamber, and they pull off. How not Jericho. Um, when Sean came in and popped through underneath the the chamber, caused Cody there, or Cody caused Jacob. Some I don't know, something along the lines.
Cody, Cody's favorite to win the chamber.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I mean,
Boo.
I'll be like, hey, I'm not posting up the next comment, but Mr. Golden, just stay. Just enjoy having a conversation with us about wrestling. Don't worry. Like, just, it is what it is. Just keep it moving. um. So anyway, moving on. Yeah, I think seeing this elimination chamber is definitely kind of interesting. I want to see the women's elimination chamber build up because the women's side of wrestling is definitely like we obviously know that we're gonna get Stephanie Vacker versus Liv, but then we have Jade and probably Jordan Grace on the other side is what I'm thinking, especially with the chamber coming up. So we'll see what happens. It'd be interesting to see what happens like with this WrestleMania card getting built up the way it is.
All right. All right. Let's go to topic 2.
Bet.
Let's move on. All right.
Word.
Did WWE tarnish Ricochet's legacy?
Oh,
So
Christ.
let's flip the conversation because this is where it gets uncomfortable. When Ricochet came in the WWE, there was no debate about how good he was. Okay, world class athlete, highlight reel offense, a guy who could do things in the ring nobody else could do. Right. But years later, where fans want to talk about his WWE run, the conversation is about greatness. It's about missed opportunity. And with his recent rant online, here's the real question. Did WWE give Ricochet the platform that preserved his legacy, or did the system strip away what made him special by never fully investing in him? All right. So, like, what do you all think? Did WWE tarnish Ricochet's legacy? What do you think, Cliff?
Do I think WWE tarnished Ricochet's legacy? Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna put this Chaz. You know, I'm about to say also Happy Black History Month. Yeah. So, do I think WWE? You know what? I don't think they've ruined. I don't think they've tarnished Ricochet's legacy as much as I think it's a 2-for-1, right? I because two things can be true. Like I think Ricochet kind of did it to himself when he was bitching about. Remember, like there was one time where like fans went after Ricochet because Ricochet said something about Io Sky, and then fans piled on top of him about it, and he was like, "I'm trying to tell you that Io's great because she is, or that she's not great because she is great, but she can't do everything that I can do, and WWE is like holding me back." And I think when you kind of say those kind of things, and then you treat the Intercontinental Championship and you treat the U.S. title like it's a secondary title, it's not. You're only doing it to yourself. You keep doing it to yourself, and they keep adding on top of it. I like Ricochet regardless, but my biggest problem with Ricochet was in the E. It just seemed like, and maybe it was partly the E is to blame for this. Um, because like in AEW, I get to see a lot more of his character, like him, like his charisma that he has. I don't, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the E doing it to him and then he not being able to kind of pick up the ball and run with it. I don't know what the problem was, but I think there's got to be blame on both sides for this.
Okay, moving on. Who wants to go next? Go ahead. Go ahead, Twitch.
He has to be able to accept that he is semi to halfway responsible. I agree with what Cliff's saying. He has made comments and tried to explain them, and it's fallen on deaf ears. I feel like you will still, to say that it's tarnished your legacy is, I feel like a bit ridiculous. Your stuff in New Japan and overseas will always stand out. Your stuff in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma will always stand out. Maybe your run in WWE wasn't great or lived up to the hype that it could have been, but that's just one part of your career compared to a whole span of different promotions that you worked for. At this point, to me, you're coming off as a fucking Ryback, just bitching all the goddamn time. You're still great. Move on and let it go.
I agree because like the shit that he's doing in AEW right now, I love this run that he has,
So do
and the shit that
I.
yeah, and he was Lucha Underground.
Wholeheartedly. Him, Penta, like, you guys made Lucha Underground what it was. Lou, what do you got? Chaz is like foaming at the mouth for his opinion, and I'm
So I agree with what Twitch said with this whole thing. You're He's been wrestling since 2003, so he's been wrestling for 23 years. He was in the WWE for 6 years. Like you're letting a fourth of your career overshadow everything else that you've done in your career. Don't get me wrong, I've never really was fond of Ricochet. I don't fucking care, but the bitching and moaning is just another Ryback situation too, and I just kind of over it.
all right, Chaz. Come on.
All right. Did WWE tarnish Ricochet's legacy?
Who
That's the
gives a
question.
fuck?
That's the question, right? Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is a question.
Yes, they did. They did.
Oh, you're fucking high.
They did. No, they did. And let's talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you where it starts. It starts with one match. Okay? It starts with one match. You mentioned it, Twitch. The match between Ricochet and Will Ospreay didn't just go viral. Okay? That match reshaped modern wrestling.
Yeah, I
That
don't
match
disagree with you.
That match changed expectations. It reset what fans believe was possible at a high level. All right.
Okay.
That match influenced an entire generation of wrestlers, an entire generation of matches, highlight culture. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. That's impact. Now, here's where the problem comes. WWE never treated Ricochet like he was someone who helped change the game. When you sign somebody like that, you need to put them in the position and like they treated him more like an attraction and not necessarily like a pillar of their company. Instead of building his legacy and why he mattered, they reduced him to flips. They reduced him to silly, I mean, what? Speed title, dark matches, and like nothing. No stories, no protected booking, no protected positioning. There was no investment in what made him historically important. And yes, exposure matters, but that's why he's bitching and complaining. You have the biggest company in the world. You now have Ricochet, Prince Puma. You have that at your disposal. And nothing. Exposure without elevation doesn't preserve the legacy, it flattens it. It makes it stale. That's why he's always complaining. And like, yes, does it get annoying? And yes, sometimes is he a troll online and as that like his online presence? Yes, absolutely. Like, and sometimes he just starts stuff to start stuff. Like, and that's true. But like some of the stuff he be saying, like, hey, he actually got a point. He got a point. And like when people talk about Ricochet, the conversations should start with the guy who helped redefine modern wrestling, not like, oh, he can't cut a promo. Or man, he didn't do anything in WWE. Like that's not neutral. That's not like saying like, oh no, he good. No, that's damaging. And like you said, 6 years. 6 years that he can't get back. So like,
He
yeah,
was the NXT North American champion.
that's it. That's
And I'll
it.
be, I
He,
and this is
he was
why.
the Velveteen Dream. He had multiple feuds in NXT that didn't that
NXT.
okay.
Let's go back. NXT is not Raw or SmackDown.
That's fair, and I will agree
That's
with you on
that's
that.
not Raw or SmackDown. And NXT is a very niche audience.
But
Even
how many?
today, it's still niche audience. As much as wrestling is a niche product, NXT
But
viewers
NXT puts out more bangers than fucking Raw and fucking SmackDown.
absolutely. I'm not debating that at all. I'm not debating it at all.
He could have.
But
He
if
could
you
have.
look at it as a whole, if you
Yeah,
look at Ricochet's career as a whole in WWE, as a whole, it's nothing. Like it you don't. It doesn't hold anything. Yeah,
Mm.
NXT is what 0.5% of the what 6 year career. Because
Nah,
what did they do?
was he here
As
just a
soon
year?
as he came on the main roster, what did they do? They put him in a tag team with Aleister Black.
Which, hey, first of all, he was in that tag team before Aleister Black. He was, remember, because they were at the run. They were at the end. They were doing the Dusty run.
Right, the Dusty
Run.
Classic. Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
the Dusty Classic. They weren't. That's not. They don't stay. You don't stay a tag team when you like. Come on, come on.
I'll be, I, how
I'll-
long was Ricochet in NXT? Was he 2 years?
Probably
2 years.
3 years.
something like that.
2 years.
He was like 2 or 3 years. The crazy thing is though, when I think of Ricochet in those moments too, like I just don't remember a time where he cut like that promo that went like, oh yeah, he's the fucking man right there with that. I can think about spots and matches that he had that were fire. And by the way, like there's no disagreement with you that WWE main roster Ricochet was flattened out. Like I will be 100 with you on that. Like that is the thing that is I can agree with. Because if you're bringing up New Japan and you're bringing up Lucha Underground and you're talking about niche products, like those are niche products. Like we know this, but we know the we'll call it the legacy. We know the legacy of Ricochet, and we know for those 2 or 3 years, I can't remember exactly what it was, that he was on SmackDown or Raw. Like it didn't really mean anything, but also he's the one who re-signed that contract. That was like, yo, I want to be here on the main roster, and then WWE didn't know what to do with him, and they just kind of like fed him all over and had him in all these crazy matches and didn't give him anything to really work with. And part of that is on WWE, but also at the same time, like when I look at Ricochet, like a lot of fans know Ricochet from his match with Johnny Gargano, with Adam Cole, with Aleister Black, with Andrade over in NXT. So it's like we remember these banger matches that you had there, and now we're seeing a new type of Ricochet finally at AEW. Because even when he came in the AEW at the beginning, it was, hey, there's the flippy guy that does all the cool stuff with Will Ospreay. Because what was the first match we saw with him? The flippy
Will
match with
Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So finally, he like gotten away from all that stuff and started doing that aha thing. Like now we're starting to see like Ricochet's real personality, and I think it helps kind of mend a situation that was going on with him. But I think at the end of the day, those those 3 years, like I'll be fair, outside of a moment with Logan Paul, like in the clothesline, that top the Royal
Oh
Rumble spot,
yeah,
like name me another moment that you remember from Ricochet outside of the fact I told y'all that he was the U.S. champ, he was the Intercontinental champ. We just talked about him being the NXT uh,
North American.
North American champ. Like, find me another moment. Like, find me something else that he did. The three title matches the three tag team matches, three tag team championship opportunities that he got on SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, and lost all three tag teams with Aleister Black. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I think for me, when it comes to Ricochet, the problem is that when the machine works for you in the when it works for you, it works, right? But when it doesn't, God, it sucks. And we can look at Miro right now, Rusev right now. Like they do came back, they had this whole plan for him, and then what happened? Man, they flattened that out. They're like, all right, bro, it's not working. We're not gonna put any faith into it. And that sucks. Also, yes, Smiley, thank you. Velveteen Dream. Like the storyline with Velveteen Dream, we talking about, can we remember one thing that he did off of that storyline? How about the front flip out the ring when he
I was
said
about to
prove
say
it?
the front flip.
Exactly, the flippy spot. Like, what?
And then
Like,
his match with Adam Cole
yeah.
when he
Name me your favorite spot from that match.
when he kicked him.
Yeah, the backflip.
When
That's
he
what
when
I
he when he
mean.
did that one flip,
Like,
When
I
he
was
did
like,
that flip
find
and
me
he
the
kicked him
promo.
while he was upside down
Yeah,
while
my man did a
flipping.
full backflip getting kicked in the face. But I'm just saying, like, find me a moment that's not
Flippy.
flippy when you're like, that's the Ricochet moment right there. You can't. I mean, right now, like I said, his run in AEW right now, where he's walking around with the scissors and like stabbing people in the head and stuff. Like, there's something different for me. I'm here with it. I love the fact that they put the Khan with him and stuff, and Toa. I love it. That's there. But my problem is like,
You say Khan?
yeah,
No.
just saying. Oh my god, this guy.
Oh Jesus
Um,
Christ!
but here's
I mean, AEW won't say it, but I'll say it. He's a world champion, and I got this. I don't know what's in it, but I feel like it means something to him. So, just yeah,
But
whatever you
again, it goes back to me.
WWE
But this
career.
all goes back to me saying, like, I can name one other moment that Ricochet had. And remember, he had the whole promo, that all those promos with Logan Paul that really didn't amount to anything. But outside of getting F5'd by Brock Lesnar, like, there's not a moment in the
Oh yeah,
E
him
that you
kicking what you call it? Him kicking Brock in the dick. That's not flippy.
can, you got him eliminated out of the. Was that in the Rumble? Or no, that was Ray that did it in the Rumble where he low blowed, and then Drew hit him with the Claymore.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, my problem is just when I look at Ricochet, unfortunately there's a lot of moments, but there's no good promos that I can latch onto when it comes to Ricochet. Like, and that's I want to see more character stuff from him. And that's why I like what he's doing in AEW. Like, I want to give love where love's meant to be given. Sorry, I'm ranting off about it as I'm reading
No, you're good. Make your point.
reading all of this stuff coming through.
Defend yourself, Chaz.
Oh, defend myself? I mean, that's all fine and dandy. Like, cool story, bro. But
Take the L.
All right,
Do
you
us,
lost.
do us
You
all a
lost.
favor and take the L on that one, Chaz.
Yeah,
Cool
just take
story.
the L.
But
That's all
like,
I heard.
Just chalk that up. Cliff 1, Chaz 0.
but no, but still, he, Ricochet changed the game, and being treated like a mid card act should never coexist with someone who is a game changer. Like, yes, the stuff he's doing in AEW is great. It's a lot better than what he was doing in I'm sorry, in WWE, and that's because AEW is giving him the ball to run with something. He didn't get the opportunity to go run with something. I never saw any type of character change for Ricochet in WWE. Nothing shift, no time, no nothing for him to even like try to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. But hey, Tony Khan, Booger Sugar over there decided to give him some time because hey, why not? All we got is time. I got so many other toys on my show. So hey, boom.
You're starting to sound like Damien.
I realized after I said it, I was like, oh, ugh.
Yeah.
That's that. Ugh.
This is why we can't be on the show.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Ugh.
Moving on from this bullshit.
No, back to this.
Yeah, we still on this bullshit.
Yeah,
Chaz definitely took that fuck off.
like I get it. I mean, I wanted to see more stuff from Ricochet as well, and I would have loved to see like a heel run of Ricochet in the E, like on a on SmackDown. But it was just that when you, and that's probably the problem with WWE is that when they look at you, they see what they want to see, and I think they just saw the next white meat baby face marketable person to kids because when he was coming out, man, remember he had the Nightwing suit, he had the all for
Came out
one.
cosplaying.
Yeah, he was cosplaying a lot. And like, fans see that and they get attracted to that and they see the big flips and they're like, ooh, like we like this. And WWE's like, keep doing it, kid. That's that's great. Cause even like on the house shows, like, Ricochet was talking about how he hit up Y2J and was talking about how the 630 was like killing its back because he was like having to hit it, 200 shows a year. And so he wanted to find something that would be easier on his body that he can do. So that's why he had the code breaker or the Ricochet for the longest time. It's wild. You're right that WWE didn't give him the opportunity to run with the ball and to give him shots, but like,
Right, and I think, and that falls on, but that falls on them. That doesn't. I don't know.
yeah.
I think my disconnect is that because you were like saying, try to remember the moments, and like you can't really remember. He doesn't have any, and that's not on him.
But that is kind of on him because I mean we
He
look at
had
something
no
like
how when you
listen,
don't if you don't set up if you don't set up a story that legitimate like that gives him like an actual arc like for the character, how is he going to create moments? He was already creating moments before he got signed, though, Cliff.
But when you can't cut promos, how are you going to create moments for them
But he
stories?
was creating moments without the microphone, though. That clip of him and Osprey is still going off. People,
My point
I
being,
still
though,
get that clip like, "Hey, did you see this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that was like over 10 years ago."
But then
Like,
we're complaining when he gets signed to do the flippy stuff. When you build your name off of doing springboard moonsaults, 630s, 450s, whatever you want to call it, you can't. The flippy stuff. It's hard to get mad when you get signed and recognized for doing
the
flippy shit. When you start doing the high risk moves,
we talk about moments and we talk about opportunities, right? Like, let's be fair. Look at Chelsea Green, okay? She got one moment, right? She got thrown out of the Royal Rumble mad quick. She's the quickest elimination for the women's side, and she turned that moment into something. And we talk about those things where the dumpster matches or whatever she does. The moment where she was like, "I've never been creamed on like that before." Like, we talk about these moments that happen, and it's not like Ricochet didn't have the opportunity to try to make these things kind of stick as well. Like, it just maybe because, and this is part of it too, because he was in such an era where they are locked down with VKM that he like didn't have the ability to kind of shake loose from all that. Because when he was on NXT, my man was fire. Let me be fair.
Yeah.
Like NXT Ricochet to me stands as one of the goats. But when we got pulled to the main roster, it's a whole different era. It's a whole different boss. And when he was on the edge of when he was getting ready to leave, like that whole era was changing over, and we saw it all changing over. And now we see that these wrestlers have more of creative control, can kind of not control, but more creative freedom to do what they want to do as far as like social media goes, and they're able to spin new things out. And I think had Ricochet been able to, let's say he was another year in, I think he also would have made that same move too.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'll be fair because Smiley said something hilarious too, and I do agree that troll Ricochet on Twitter is hilarious. I'll be fair.
It is.
Let me put up some of these real quick. He said, Nakamura, Rude, Knight, stand in line, Ricochet. Nakamura,
Yeah.
Nakamura
is
has
kind of
had
a rare
great
exception.
opportunities.
Yeah, Nakamura is kind of an exception to that rule because he legitimately told people that I'm going to WWE because it's an easier schedule to wrestle and it's easier on my body. So like I don't really Nakamura's not the type, and I think he's just very content with what's going on, and you don't see him bitching about it either, which is the
That
other part.
Nakamura ain't a young guy.
Rude, he's not even complaining. You know, my man had neck surgery, and he's just like, I'm good at being a producer. LA Knight, maybe that might be one that I might agree with. If LA Knight was to leave and say they kind of wasted me on the roster, I'm maybe inclined to agree, but it seems like he's pretty happy with where he's going. Mr. Golden wrote that Ricochet should be nominated for Dumbass of the Week.
Man.
They should have kept going with Ricochet and Alistair tag team. The tag team was going to eventually have to split
Yeah.
up, and I think that this was one of those moments where, like, there was only going to be a short run anyway. I like the Dusty Cup tag team of those two together. I just, at the end of the day, they gave those guys. I think one of those matches was at WrestleMania, wasn't it? Like
Yes.
for a tag
Yeah.
title championship,
Yes.
like the Raw ones, and then they challenged with the SmackDown and NXT's. Like
Yes.
they challenge. That's what it was. They challenged for the SmackDown titles because they had one opportunity to win the NXT titles, and then wrestled on WrestleMania the next night. That was I'm still thinking about
Yeah.
it. That's still wild to me that they had 3 tag team opportunities. Ricochet doesn't have a legacy yet. Maybe in 10 years, Ricochet does have a legacy, and it
Yeah.
is fucking
I think
crazy.
so.
I mean, the man's still hitting. Like we still, not very many people know this, but he was one of the guys who was hitting a double moonsault, like off the top rope. Like people still on top of that. Another moment that we didn't even address. War Games.
Yeah.
Not a great talker either, and that's part of the game too. It is part of the game to be a good talker, and I think he developed that game in AEW. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I agree with it.
Prince Puma was a good character though. I'll be fair. He was kind of good promos in Lucha Underground.
What was that face short, Chaz?
Yeah,
What
got
the
something
hell
to
was
say?
that? That's what I was gonna say.
The
What was
great
that face?
Ali couldn't talk.
Roman
Who?
couldn't talk, and we dragged him through the fucking dirt
We
for
did
it.
drag him through the mud. We've dragged Roman for it. Like, we will be fair. Like, let's be fair. Everybody who could not talk, we smoked. What is a niche company? I don't know what that means. Well, WWE
Google
is a niche
knows.
company. Yeah, WWE is a niche company, and New Japan and Lucha Underground and AEW are more of a niche company than WWE is. I'm not gonna lie, his storyline with Velveteen Dream was my fave. It was a good one.
Banger.
Machine Guns being wasted.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would agree that one.
Yeah.
They're a solid tag team, and
Not
the
worried
whole
about them.
the whole tag team division though is trash right now in WWE. We talk about how great it is, and then it turns trash, and we're like, what
Yeah.
did you
Like I
guys do?
And then
SmackDown.
we bang on it, and it's good again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is how it goes. Yes, and it's mainly SmackDown because SmackDown has really the majority of the tag teams. And what
Yep.
do I always say? That show is schizophrenic as hell. Like,
Mhm.
It's
so
almost like they
It's the
listen
little
to us.
sister for sure.
Yeah. Put more tag team stuff on there. So many ahead of Ricochet as far as getting opportunities. This is true. Ricochet's work was that Ricochet put
What
in a
the
lot of
fuck
work.
are you doing,
Uh,
Chaz?
his momentum stopped once he crossed the threshold into the main roster. This is true. WWE did pull the well. Remember, WWE ruined a lot of stuff too because they had a DIY tag team
Well,
and
Chaz got
Aleister
little
Black
Jimmy over
and
there.
Ricochet, and that was the same time that Johnny Gargano and what's his face Tommaso was having they were feuding, and they put them as a tag team together.
Can someone explain to me what the fuck Chaz is doing?
Chaz don't even know what he's doing.
Bro, he's talking to little Jimmy. Leave him alone.
Yeah, but I can see them. That's the problem.
AEW doesn't have
So we
talent.
you and him are on because I can't
Hold
see
on,
him.
wait. AEW doesn't have the talent that WWE has, so it's easier for Ricochet to get some play.
No,
I
absolutely
don't
not.
know that to be true.
Mr.
I'm not
Colby.
saying
AEW is loaded. They are fucking loaded. Even on the women's side, they are loaded.
I like how you said even on the women's side, like the women aren't the ones holding down AEW.
I
Right?
was, which is crazy,
I was
which
just
is
gonna let
which
go.
is the most craziest statement that
I was just putting women where they need to be on the back burner. I'm just playing. That's
So I'm not even going. Yep.
I was like,
Hi.
AEW women are just locked down. Like we've talked about it. And I'll be fair. I know we're getting off the topic with this. I've been talking about it for years. That AEW, like, I'm like, yo, it's got to get there. It's got to get there. It's got to get. And we here now.
Oh yeah.
And the women's division is on fire. It's probably number 2 roster wise as far as like stories go and like the like match presentation and everything going character wise. I just think it's right there. He said, or as many superstars, top
That's a
stars. It's
that's a VKM
AEW
thing.
has more superstars across the fucking board because of everything that they've done previous to AEW.
well, I think the one thing that AEW does really well that WWE is still trying to figure out, and I don't know how they're still trying to figure this out. They're building new stars. Like,
Yeah.
look at Brody King now. Like, I know Brody King was a star. He is a star. Like, yes, it's true. But
Yes.
right now, like, he's challenging for the title, and he just beat the champ. Like,
It's on fire.
In
he's on fire.
73
And then
seconds.
that Continental Classic run that he had, bro, was
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
tag
my man
team
said
with
it's
Bandito.
Yes,
It's
bro,
flippy time. Twitch.
It's flippy
should have
time.
won the title. They never let Knack be Knack. This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, but also I don't think Knack wanted to be Knack until he wrestled that last match with AJ Styles, and then we got to see all that stuff. Alistair also not used well. Still not used well. I mean, who did he just have a match with? He just faced off with somebody.
He was in the triple threat
Yeah.
Yeah,
with Solo and Randy.
yeah. That's what I was thinking about. The Black Mass could have been the next RKO. I still think that could be the next RKO. Like, I still think it is. I mean, the moment I saw it on AEW where he had that Black Mass on Cody and beat him in less than 30 seconds, I was like, yeah, we setting up. And when the Black Mass does hit, nobody kicks out. Like, I don't remember people kicking out of the Black Mass.
I think Damian Priest did once.
Yes, he did. Damian Priest did.
Yeah.
But I think that's also there was like some funny business going on with that too. Like, he kicked him and he didn't go right for the pin. I think it took him like a couple seconds to get to the pin.
Yeah.
And then he kicked out. So I mean, it's still very much a protected finish though.
All right,
Anyway.
Cliff. Go ahead.
So for Cliff's surprise topic of the day,
I knew it.
I didn't tell nobody what was going on.
Motherfucker.
I did kind of say it, but I did kind of say it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is something we Twitch and I did this, and we really liked it. I wanted to bring it back just for today though, because it is the Super Bowl, and I was thinking about how cool it would be to do a franchise. So we're gonna draft 5 wrestlers to make a Super Bowl run with. And when you draft your person, you can give your reasons behind it, why you want to draft, why you draft that person. We're gonna do 5 rounds. Everybody gets 5 picks. So I really didn't think about how we were gonna start this off. So
All right, who's your quarterback?
Oldest to youngest.
oldest to youngest. Actually, I think that's you, Lou. I think you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah. So you can.
My quarterback is just because fuck Chaz, Roman Reigns.
Actually, here's the thing too. I do want to say, okay, you can keep that one too. I will say this too, and just put it out there. It can be from any era. It doesn't have to be from like this new era. So you can
Like
draft
current
across
roster.
the board.
Okay.
Yeah, you can draft
Hey,
anybody.
everybody
in
full
the
time?
time. Yeah. It doesn't have to be just current era. So now that I've established that rule, by the way, we're not playing this game where you're taking 9 minutes to fucking make a pick. So you gotta make your picks quick. But I could definitely see it starting off with the quarterback position. And if you want to, you can also change it up and pick somebody else and put them at a different position. That's your guys' call. So I'll let that be that run. But you guys go ahead and pick it up. So Lou, you want to stick with Roman?
Fuck no.
All right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Okay. And where would you put him at?
running back, because that's how a white man runs the ball.
Yo,
Wow.
I like that's a great reference. That's a great reference.
That's a great reference.
Great reference.
That's a great movie.
Yo, that's a great pull. I like that. I like that. All right. Do we want to go oldest to youngest? We'll snake it. So we'll do first round. We'll go oldest, and then when we come back around, Chad, you get 2 picks. So you'll get this pick this round and next round. You'll start with the first pick, and I'll go to Twitch. So for me, I'm taking John Cena at linebacker. I need someone to control my defense, and that's the man right there.
Okay.
Give me a 98 Sting as the quarterback.
He's your quarterback. That's crazy.
It'll make sense in the end.
I like it though. Go on, Chaz.
You know what? For my quarterback, I need somebody, who can see. And I need somebody tall that can see over the, the lineman. Give me Giant Gonzalez as my quarterback.
For your quarterback.
Yep.
That man can't move, bro.
Don't need to. He's a pocket passer. What you mean? All right. I know it's 2026. I know we're in the year of mobile quarterback, dual threats and all that, but no, we're gonna bring it back. All right. Back to the sit in the pocket. All right. And throw.
I can't believe that's your first pick though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you got what's your second round pick?
My second round pick, right. For my running back position, I'm picking my tribal chief, your tribal chief, the man that sits at the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Who's stopping him? Who's stopping Roman Reigns up the middle?
My running back, I'm going with Rey Mysterio.
He needs the edge guy like that. It's also fucked up because that would have been my scat back. But let me take at my quarterback position. Let me get you know what? Fuck. Let me get the game Triple H. He's the cerebral assassin for a reason. He gonna carve up some defenses. Now I got my 2 captains. Lou, what you got?
My quarterback position is gonna be Hollywood Hogan.
Yo, let me okay, well, so you got next pick though. So you got to come up with 2. So you got to give me another one.
My tight end position no, go. I'm gonna go wide receiver, and I'm gonna pick Shawn Michaels.
Down.
Wide receiver.
That's what I was.
It's an interesting one.
I was picking that though. That was my pick. That's terrible.
That's an interesting choice. You asked who's stopping who. Yo, let me get Goldberg on the edge. That's my edge rusher.
Okay.
I still even got my running back yet. So I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Oh man. Fuck. Wide receiver, give me.
All right, where the countdown at?
Give me Shelton Benjamin.
That's a good pick. I'm pissed. I'm mad I didn't think of that. We should have started the timer a little sooner. Oh man.
I was trying to find somebody not to take him out, but I couldn't.
That's good. Okay. Well, I'm going with my edge rusher, right? Since you want to go Goldberg, right?
Fuck.
I'm going Brock Lesnar.
God damn it.
That's a good one too.
I'm going Brock Lesnar. That out.
All right, I'm going Brock Lesnar because,
I like
like,
it. I
how
like
dare
it.
you? How dare you? But I'm going with Kofi Kingston as my wide receiver.
Okay. I like
Fair.
that. I like with the snake pick. I like it. All right. Go on, Twitch.
Oh, what am I picking for?
Yeah, no, you pick it. I mean, I already picked my three, so I know where I got.
Give me.
Like, come on now.
Fuck, man.
I got Giant Gonzalez. All right, a pocket quarterback, and I got Kofi Kingston as my wide receiver. I'm good. All right, Super Bowl.
Give me.
Super Bowl team. It doesn't matter. I have the greatest team ever. I got a 7-foot pocket precision quarterback who's sacking Giant Gonzalez.
Give me
Not
Scott Hall.
Goldberg.
Ooh, that's a good pull. I like that one. Scott Hall's not bad. That's a
Scott
good
Hall
pick.
is not bad.
Hey, okay, so let's see. I've already drafted my quarterback. I've drafted my linebacker, right? I've drafted my edge rusher. Hey, let me get Montez Ford as my receiver.
Okay. Interesting, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not seen that man is athletic?
Oh,
My
I
man
know.
jumps
Yeah.
higher.
Trust me, I know. That's why I said it
My
was
man
an
can
interesting
fly
one.
around. Yo, let me get that.
All right. So I got two. So I got tight end and defense. For tight end, give me the Undertaker.
That's fair. I like that.
And from my D, who's gonna hit somebody? Give me the Ultimate Warrior.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm,
he's gonna smack the shit
mm.
out of somebody.
I like that. I like that. Hey, everybody knows that you purchase a home and then you got to get a good insurance home policy, right? Like that's how it works. So for my left tackle, let me get the Big Show. And he's shutting everybody down.
So you just want the weakest knees in the industry.
Hey man, back in the day when my man was doing kip ups and stuff, I'm not trying to hear all that.
Okay.
My man
Okay.
was moving people.
Bro, I just thought of one. Holy shit.
That's not your pick.
Give me Psycho Sid.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right, Chaz, you got last pick.
All right. So I gotta pick a tight end, right? I'm gonna pick a tight end.
Yep.
Here's my tight end. Okay.
I'm enjoying this. Way
You
too
enjoying this? I'm enjoying this.
Fun.
I'm going with Mark Henry. Okay.
Thank you. That would have been my defensive guy, dude.
I'm going with Mark Henry because, like, you need somebody who can, who can still block, but Mark Henry can definitely catch a couple passes if need be if he's out in the open.
He got those big ass pie hands.
Exactly. These big hands. I guess exactly what I was thinking was like Mark's got huge hands. Like
My
he
man
so
got a speedy receiver and two of the slowest guys ever, though.
but they're
I like my lineup. My lineup is bangers.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
never
think
mind.
again who I got. So I took John and linebacker, my edge rusher being Goldberg. I took Montez Ford at receiver. I got the Big Show at my left tackle. I'm trying to remember who did I take at quarterback though. Oh, Triple H. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
great. I'm golden, bro. Yeah. I was like Hunter. Man, actually now I want to make a trade. I don't even want Hunter anymore. I just thought of somebody even better.
What's
I just
that?
thought of somebody even better, and I just didn't even think about it. I was like, "Oh, the cerebral assassin. Yeah, that makes sense." Well, since we can't draft no more, there's our teams. You guys go through, listen to it again. If you guys want to find out who we want, who was there. I was like, man. Now I'm thinking about it. I was like, bro, I should have gotten Mr. Perfect. My man threw the ball and caught it himself. Like,
oh.
well, so did Sade, right? She just did that too.
Yeah.
Mara who did it. Someone also. This is pretty good though. So let me go through some of these real quick. So we have McAfee, Braun, Breaker is definitely the move. Roman, Wahoo, McDaniels, and Ernie Ladd.
Ernie Ladd. Why didn't I think of that one? Oh, Ernie Ladd would have been a good like. That's ooh.
Nia Jax. Nia Jax is the whole O line.
Big oof.
I would also put, you know, who else I would put at an edge rusher? Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Braun was
Oh,
almost a
dude,
Raven.
I was gonna pull
That's right.
the
See,
name.
this goal, I didn't see his comment, but I wish I would have seen it sooner. But yeah,
I
that's
literally almost said Haku, dude,
Oh my gosh.
Haku,
Mm.
bruh, Haku or
on my fucking D line. Fuck.
bruh, or that, yeah, Haku being on the D line, and then also putting in the head shrinkers, like bruh, like the Samoan, Samoan, like bruh, yeah, everybody. Hope you have a solid
Yeah,
secondary.
I could make my whole fucking team
It's funny
built
because
on.
I almost put Montez at corner because I was like, oh, I'm about to shut down HBK with Montez.
Dude,
I got
I could build
overturned.
my whole fucking lineup of just pure Samoans. That's how fucking crazy athletic they
Oh
are.
yeah, my whole
Wow.
offensive line, dude. Actually, my whole defensive line would just be Samoan.
Exactly.
Yeah, put the blood. Yeah, put all the Samoan.
let me get Yokozuna
That
in
includes
my nose
Sammy.
guard.
Yeah, it includes.
Let me get Yokozuna as a nose guard. That's what I want, him plugging up the middle so no one can run on it.
I want Haku in the middle so everybody's scared to go up it.
You
Bruh,
know,
you
rest
know
in peace. Put Umaga up the middle. Rest in peace.
Umaga.
There you go.
Put Umaga up
Yeah,
the
let me get
middle.
Rosie as my other.
I was to say Rosie right next to him. Then put Jacob on the other end.
There ain't
You know,
nobody getting anywhere.
Wow, bro.
Like Samoan
geez,
SWAT
man.
team, brother.
My
You wanna
team
talk
name
about
is still gonna be the Wild Samoans. Fuck.
Like you want
Yeah,
to talk
I'm
about the
thinking of
Samoan
them.
SWAT team? Yeah, put them up at
Athletic
the
wise,
offensive
bro.
line.
Even with that whole lineup, the whole bloodline, bro, throwing, yo, let me get Soulman Rocket Johnson as a safety. Like, bro, we hurting people's feelings.
Definitely facts.
Disrespect.
No, he would be the punter. We out here hurting people's feelings. Like, that's crazy to me, dude. Like, about Randy, because Randy punting people.
Yeah.
I got you. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about some of these guys. I'm like, damn, bro, like this lineup would be wild. Like,
Oh,
me
we
get
didn't do. You know what's funny? We were supposed to do dumbass of the week, and I had a specific dumbass, but I forgot Damien's not here because I thought he would be here today. But we are early. I forgot about all that.
yeah.
Darn.
You
I had
expected Damien to show up?
Well, I knew I had talked to him. You're funny. I had talked to him, but this is also before we had talked about the Super Bowl and before we had moved the show up. I had talked to him. He was supposed to be. I had a whole rant about everybody. Getting mad about Cody Rhodes.
You leave
Raheem?
Raheem out of your mouth like that.
Yeah. I don't know why people. Yeah, everybody's mad all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wild because, like, you know,
If it was in, look, I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Chaz has a new nickname for me.
We're not gonna talk about that.
No, it's too late. He already brought it up.
Say it.
Too late. We got a disclaimer.
Say it.
It's not about the disclaimer. It's not even about the disclaimer. That was just. That's supposed to, you know how stuff goes in the group chat supposed to stay in the group chat.
Uh-huh.
That's one of them things that's supposed to stay in the group chat.
My fault.
That's crazy.
Yo, I'm on here red face stuff, bro.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. All right,
Val Venus for the halftime entertainment.
yeah, that
What
was my
billion?
Val
That's my
Venus
halftime
should be
show.
the. Yeah, that was my rant. Look, here's my rant, my 2 cents. People only mad because it's February.
He said Val Venus. Dude, for my halftime show, I'm putting Mike Tyson and Butterbean in the fucking middle of the ring. Like,
Yeah, see, we want more entertainment than two dudes just circling around each other.
28 seconds of knockout.
Yeah,
That's essentially Val Venus.
exactly. So, with that being said, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for coming early and listening to us debate wrestling.
Oh, pause, bro. Rephrase that.
Damn.
Thank you for showing up early.
Damn.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you
Thank
for
you
watching
for
our
check out all of
show.
our stuff.
Check out our merch. Check out all our other content. Now we're into the ring. There's got a couple of episodes that have just dropped. Go check those out. We'll be back next week. Yeah. We will be back next week. We also will be doing a watch along for Elimination Chamber. That is on the 28th. So definitely be locked in for the Villains Lounge. Watch along for Elimination Chamber. I don't think AEW is doing a pay-per-view this month because I think Revolution is next month, if I'm not mistaken. So but we will probably do a watch along for AEW Revolution. So be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, that's the show. We hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy the halftime show. Oh, right, we can't say Super Bowl. I said it again. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the big game and Bad Bunny.
Super Bowl. That's what Twitch is smoking.
Let me
Peace.
Hit the button.
Yep, we're getting out of here.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod, _X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm gonna walk away and you're gonna play another video.